Hello everyone, this is Deborah with Hello My Garden, and did not get it. This is one of the first times I've asked y'all for rain, and I actually didn't get it. Boo-hoo. So again, I'm going to ask guys for a little bit of rain. The very crunchy permaculture area here, crunchy, crispy. These are my chrysanthemums, and I actually did give them some water yesterday, and they're hanging on. I'm going to give them some more water today because in the fall, this is the time when they're going to start flowering, and the flowers are what we use for tea. So it's a medicinal chrysanthemum, so not the chrysanthemums that you typically find in the stores these days for ornamental purposes. No, this is an actual medicinal tea version, and so they're not so happy. Now, a problem with, as I had mentioned previously, is that I have planted these in a poor spot for them because they flower based on daylight, and I actually have a outdoor light right above them. So that does cause some troubles. So last year I did get some flowers, but I covered them up with row covers because they were flowering when the kind of frost set in and the snow set in. So hopefully we'll do better this year. I want to show you turmeric really quick, although that's not part of my permaculture area. These are my turmerics. These turmerics are black turmeric, and I haven't treated them really well, but surprisingly, last year I kind of just never got to, I had them in the greenhouse. I pulled can't remember, it was well into the summer when I pulled was it well into the summer? Maybe in June I pulled the rhizomes out of the pot, and I just kind of left them in my living room in a bucket of peat moss, dry peat moss, no water whatsoever. And they were there for, gosh, I can't remember when I planted, the end of July, when they just started growing in there with no water or anything. And they were actually got quite big. And so I kind of felt bad for them. I put a tiny bit of water in there, but they survived that terrible condition. So I went ahead and planted them. So they look great. And hopefully I'll take a little bit better care of them this year. I know that turmeric is super healthy for you, but I'm not a big fan of the taste, so I have not taken advantage of these as well as I should have. Now the leaves are beautiful. It makes a beautiful plant. It really does, as a house plant. In and of itself, it's a beautiful plant. Much different from the normal turmeric because it has these stripes. Okay, so moving right along, I'm going to show you the sad and dying permaculture area. We do water some stuff a little bit, so it's not, see, the fennel looks pretty dead. This is the mulberry. The trees do a little bit better because their roots reach far down. Fennel also dead, looking dead. Hopefully it'll come back. I do have a little cactus there. It's surviving because it's a cactus. Now this passion flower here, and this is my echinacea, we're watering it, but it's still very sad. This passion flower, which is not my maypop passion flower, has done amazingly well. I mean, it's just taken over my blackberry thing again. We're gonna have to tame it back again. I wish this one, and actually it climbs much better than the maypop. The maypop has presented quite a little bit of a mess up in my front, and so this one is actually climbs much better. I wish that this one tasted as good as the other one. I don't even see if I've seen any actual fruits on this one. Do I have any fruits on this one? I'm not even sure if it's edible, if it is. But it's certainly a pretty plant, and it's very, much more hardy than the other one. And it actually stayed green and for quite into the cold weather last year. So, and actually the maypop fruits are delicious, but the seeds are super hard, so it's not something I eat a lot, of. It's just something you kind of suck on and enjoy the flavor, but nothing that's really going to satisfy your hunger or anything like that, unless you maybe juice the seed, press out the seeds, but it's not something I really want to do. So this one actually might be more useful for us. It does do the flowers, the beautiful flowers for the pollinators. So this is some of our bee balm, barely staying alive. again with water. Blackberry's not looking good. So just everything is crunchy and only surviving, of course, since they're above the pond. Everything's just surviving due to rain, to watering. You know, these are my cues, again, just barely surviving. Poor little things. But I will say that the voles are the biggest problem for this kind of a permaculture setup for us that's urban, because we can't mulch, and mulch is what keeps the water in the soil, and so without being able to mulch, it's very hard for us to do the permaculture concept. We are thinking very strongly of trying to go ahead and mulch this wild area at least, and just see what survives and what doesn't survive the voles, and just, you know, give it a go, because there's no other way for us to do that if we go have these periods of drought, which seems to be a common thread around here. And with the climate change, probably going to see more of the same. Just the severe kind of, and we're actually a good weather area, so I can't imagine places that have, you know, the worst weather, the more flooding, the more heat, the more cold. So so I can say we're lucky in that respect, but well, I know we're going to just have to figure out ways to overcome that kind of situation. So, but all I can say is you can do your part by doing your own, planting your own permaculture gardens, replacing all those ornamentals with edible foods. You know, not even just your agricultural garden type stuff, but get rid of the plants that don't serve any purpose. You know, have it at least be edible, or for the bees, or for the butterflies, or have a purpose to it. I mean, you may want to keep that one or two plants that you just super love, and they're ornamental and you just love them, they're so pretty and that kind of thing. You know, that's absolutely fine. But I suggest do your part and plant something edible or purposeful or useful, something like that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.